いらっしゃいませ。
I've just been to the family mart.
お弁当いかがでしょうか。
First up, we got our aged salmon Makunouchi bento box. So this is a really popular type of bento. It contains rice, fish, meat, pickled vegetables, some egg, and a pickled plum. But this one doesn't contain any egg or a pickled plum. Interestingly, the word Makunouchi goes back to the Edo period, from 1603 to 1867, when they were sold to theatre goers during the intermissions. The word maku means curtain and uchi means within. So that basically translates as the lunchbox that should be eaten during the time that the curtain is down, when the actors are taking a break. After the Meiji period, Makunouchi bento boxes have become pretty mainstream in the world of lunchboxes, especially in the ekiben, sold at the train stations. These are also a pretty big part of sumo wrestling. So if you go and watch a match in Tokyo or something, these are some of the biggest, most expensive and luxurious ones. Now, even though the selection of items vary from store to store, Makunouchi bento boxes are generally more expensive and just a little bit more kind of upmarket than your average one. It's got more stuff in it basically. Let's take a closer look. So it's your typical bento box, it's all well packaged. The little green plastic thing behind the fish, that stops it from sticking to everything, so you just remove that before you eat it. It's got quite a variety inside, as you can see. Good sized piece of grilled salmon, which is aged salmon. I guess that's going to make it taste better. You get a little meatball there, you have a potato croquette, you got some spinach and carrots, a few different veggies over there, and the pink ones are pickles. So you can see it's actually a fairly good sized piece of salmon, and it's been grilled, so it's cooked all the way through. And this lunchbox, I didn't actually heat it up. You can eat it cold, it's no problem at all. But I'm going to heat mine up later to show you what it looks like. So you can see the salmon has lots of fat on it, which should give it a really good flavor. Now the one that I just showed you in the video there wasn't heated up. You can eat them hot or cold. I'm going to go and heat this one up. So I've heated it up now, and smells heavenly. So the fish always comes with the skin on it. So if you don't like the skin, you know, just feel free to take that off. I'm going to remove the little piece of plastic here. Don't eat that part. Get straight in. So it's a really nice thick piece of fish. It's got a good weight to it. Let's dig in. So it says on the packaging, this is aged salmon. So I guess that gives it a deeper kind of a flavor. You know, like aged beef recently has been kind of a trend. So the fish itself is really fresh. Even though it's aged, it just tastes so fresh. It's nice and thick. It's a good thick piece. And it's kind of salty. So the salty fish goes really well with the steamed rice. So let's have a look around what else we've got here. So this is like a little meatball. I think they call this a tsukune, which is like a chicken meatball. It's really nice. And then we have a potato croquette, which is basically like mashed potato, deep fried in panko, which is the breadcrumbs. So that's also, it's like a half of one, so it gives you a little variety of everything. So already I can feel there's such a nice balance of all the different things included in this lunchbox, and it comes with vegetables to kind of break things up a little bit. So you can put some veggies there and have it with some nice steamed rice. Now these kinds of lunchboxes always come with pickles, and I strongly recommend you try them. Put them on with a little bit of fish there. And even although it's a convenience store, the vegetables are expertly cooked, just like Mum used to make. Well, not really in my case. So that was like a little piece of okra. It was still crunchy. So you imagine these were kind of like overcooked or something, but the quality of all these ingredients, it's just second to none. If you come to Japan, you definitely got to try a Makunouchi bento lunchbox, because you get a taste of everything. Like, you don't have to buy like a huge one. You buy like this size lunchbox, and you get a taste of everything. It's really good value for money, and wow, you just can't go wrong. Price is 598 yen, which is $4.03. It's pretty pricey, but for what you're getting, I think it's pretty good value for money. The calories, it's 502 kilocalories, which, you know, it's par for the course. I'm gonna give this a 4-star rating because you can just sample so many different flavors in one pretty small bento box, but it's super filling. Didn't give it 5 stars because the price, it's a little bit expensive, but it is a Makunouchi bento box, which is one of the more luxurious ones. Okay, time for something sweet.
Umai.
Ho ho! Chocolate ganache pudding. Can you imagine you can find this kind of stuff at convenience stores? This is something you should be getting in a French restaurant. So the Japanese name is Torokeru Cream Chocolat, which means like chocolate pudding which melts in the mouth. Wow. Now, it doesn't look so big, but as I always say, it's got a good weight to it. I'm gonna pop open the top here. Whoa. It's got 2 little cubes of like, looks like kind of fresh chocolatey cubes there. It's dusted with cocoa powder. It's got cream on the top. Let's take a closer look. So it's a fair wee size. It gives you the actual information of what's inside in this little diagram here. So when you take it off there, you can see it's got a good dusting of cocoa powder on the top. 2 little cubes of fresh chocolate. And if you dig in with a spoon, the top layer is going to be cream. And if you dig even deeper, you get into the ganache and the chocolate pudding down in the bottom there. Oh, look at that. Now it looks very smooth pudding on the bottom, and actually it's chocolate gateau somewhere in the middle there. You can't really see it very well, but it's in there somewhere. And it's a fair amount of chocolate in there. So let me just break it down again, exactly what we've got in here. On the top, we get cocoa powder, and we've got gâteau chocolat, some chocolate ganache, some chocolate pudding, and some whipped cream on the top. So it's filled with all of my favorite things: cream, chocolate, cake, pudding. You can't go wrong, can you? Okay, here comes the taste test. Take a little spoonful here. So first, take a quick bite. Oh, it's gone already. Or as the Japanese people say, you don't need any teeth to eat this one. So let's go in a little bit deeper for some of the ganache and the chocolate mousse pudding on the bottom. Wow. So you know, sometimes when you have like Mississippi mud pie or something, or like a huge chocolate cake, after a few bites you kind of like start feeling a little bit sick. But this is completely opposite. It's actually really light. Even though it's got I can tell it's got loads of chocolate in it and loads of cream. It's actually quite light. I don't know how they do this. It's amazing. These convenience store desserts are just amazing. See, look at all that chocolatey stuff there. It's so good. And these little chocolatey things, I wonder if this is actually the ganache, or if this is like, is this supposed to be the chocolate cake here, these little cubes? So these are the richest part of the whole dessert, and these are super chocolatey and very rich. So just having one of these, oh, that packs a punch, I tell you. So the combination of everything all together, what a dessert. This is amazing. Actually, I think this would go really well with a nice iced coffee or a nice cup of hot coffee. Wow, good stuff. The price is 320 yen, $2.16. It's quite expensive, but you know, it's a really high quality dessert. It's 364 kilocalories, which is also quite a lot too. So, you know, you shouldn't be eating these every day. I'm gonna give this 4 stars. It's an excellent wee dessert. It's got everything you need. It's got cream, chocolate, ganache, cake, I don't know, all that good stuff. It's really rich, but not too filling. It's just a nice size, actually. It'd go nice with a nice cup of coffee in your hotel room or something. And yeah, I'm not going to give it 5 stars because it's a little bit pricey for, you know, just a little convenience store dessert. But like the Makunouchi lunchbox before, it's quite special. So give it a try. Now, I've got a really crazy drink for you next.
ありがとう。
Ramune soda jelly drink. So I saw this in the Family Mart. I just had to try it. I never buy things like this usually, but you know, thought it'd be good for a laugh. You may be wondering, what kind of flavor is Ramune? Well, it comes from the English word lemonade, and it's been popular in Japan since around 1885. So there's quite a long history of this flavor. It's a really popular flavor for chewing candy, candies, iced candy bars, ice cream, all that kind of stuff. It's also a really traditional drink sold at summer festivals. It comes in a fancy special bottle, but I'm going to talk about that in a future video. So the really special thing about this jelly drink, if jelly's not special enough, is these little silver packets on the top. If you remember back in the day, we used to have Fizz Whiz or this horrific looking space dust. You know, it's popping candy. You stick it in your mouth and it starts to explode all over the place. Ah, to be a child of the 80s. I think a lot of those products have been discontinued because they contained too many chemicals. Oh well, it's already too late for me. So let's take a closer look and see what happens when you add this into here. So it's a pretty big cup, and you take off the top and you get little sachets. There's actually 3 of them. They're numbered number 1 and 2, and then there is the kind of the stardust, whatever you call it. And it gives you instructions. You put number 1 and 2 in first, and then you put the other one in with it there and mix it up. And there's a huge, big, thick straw that comes with it as well. So as you can see, when you open up, it's just like a big blobby jelly inside. So I open these up, and then you stick them on the top, number 1 and number 2. There you go. Doesn't that look delicious? And here is your little stardust stuff. And then you mix it all together, and then the reaction starts. Oh my goodness me. This does not look like something I should be putting in my body, but I bought it and I'm going to try it. Still popping away there. Okay, so let's get started. There's a little silver packets here. There's 3 of them. Smells like soda. Smells like Ramune, I should say. Okay, and put the next one on. I don't know if you can hear that. Can you hear? I'll put it close to my mic here. The reaction has started. Okay, let's give it a mix. Can you hear that? This doesn't look healthy. Doesn't sound very healthy either, does it? But it sounds fun. Here goes nothing. Oh, it reminds me of when I was a kid. You know, you get the little candies you put in your mouth and you go crackly. Whew. Okay, well, it's a jelly drink and it's gone all crackly, and it's, you know, it's got a good soda flavor, which is the Ramune flavor. The jelly melts when you put the different chemicals or the powders in there. It melts it down into like a drink, and then the reaction takes place and it becomes a drink basically. It's very nice, but definitely not something I would be having with my Makunouchi bento box. Doesn't match at all. This is good for a laugh. It's fun. You should buy one, you know, share it with your family or something, but kids would love it. It's definitely not really the thing which I would normally buy, but it's fun. The price is 248 yen, $1.67, which is not too bad, but it's actually a fair size. It's 225 calories, which, you know, for the size you're getting, it's probably par for the course, but so I'm going to give this a 2 out of 5 rating. It's good for a laugh, but you know, it's actually quite big. I don't know anybody who needs this much of a jelly drink with crackly bits in it. So I could have done with half the size of this for half the price, but you know, it is what it is. The kids will love it. The kids will love it. So this lot came in at 1,166 yen, including tax, which is $7.87. Quite pricey, but we had a few luxury items in there today. Totally, it comes to 1,091 kilocalories, which is not too bad considering what you got there. Okay, thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.